15 seconds till showtime. Is everybody ready?
Let's do this thing.
Blast off!
Hey. God.
Yay! Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. And this wonderful hump day. What day is it, Arwen?
It's a hump day. It is a
Hump
hump
day.
day. Hump day. Can we
Hump
just put it back in the
day.
back on the camel, please? Take your fucking
Well,
hump back, camel. We don't want it.
it's also 420.
Yeah, well, when you live in Georgia, that don't mean shit.
Oh,
Georgia's the
well.
last state in the union that would legalize anything other than aspirin. So sorry. I'm in a mood
Y'all
today, y'all.
y'all gotta get a prescription for ibuprofen.
It's just about
I
it's
just
like
want something for the inflammation,
just
doc. Here, let me write you a prescription for some ibuprofen.
well, you know now that ibuprofen that could be, that could be addictive to some people. No, it can't. Yes, it can. So we don't know if we can give you a prescription for that, but we'll try. Here, have some baby aspirin in the meantime.
All right.
You want to smack him beside the head and say, "Get with the program."
Oh, you need some Tylenol? Oh, gotta do a prescription, and we gotta be careful.
Oh, bless your heart. You want Tylenol? We're gonna have to call the drug administration down the street and get you in a program because you want
Yeah.
Tylenol.
Oh,
Like,
you want a pain reliever?
it's like,
Oh,
bitch, my leg
gotta.
is falling off. Can you not see that? I'm in
My God.
pain.
You know what? You say that, and what's so funny is you say that. But we had an ongoing joke in the Marine Corps. It was, oh my God, I've cut off my leg and it's bleeding profusely everywhere. And Doc comes up and says, "Oh, here, drink plenty of water and take 800 milligrams of Motrin. Here's your prescription."
Here's the
Because it
prescription.
doesn't matter what happened in the Marine Corps. It does not matter what type of injury you had. It was always 800 milligrams of Motrin and water.
All those damn doctors supposed to be from Georgia.
It's the Marine Corps' cure-all, y'all.
Water and
Water and 800 milligram Motrin.
oh my God. Yeah.
I mean,
So
it is prescription strength, so yeah, give that
that's
to
cool.
them. But
But okay, for people like me who cannot swallow pills, the largest pill I can swallow is an Advil, and only because it's coated. If that shit wasn't coated, I don't know what I'd do.
oh
You
God,
know?
that's
So
terrible.
I either have to chop that shit up or crush it, or I need a liquid, or I
Yeah,
need something, something small, or something rolled, or whatever, you know?
rolled.
Just saying.
420.
420 bitches, 420.
Or baked in somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
come
just,
on.
something I can eat because I've got a small palate. Everyone has the palate of not the taste buds, obviously, but the top, the roof of your mouth. Mine is small,
Hmm.
and pills choke me, and it's like the big horse ones. You know the one I'm talking about. Those
Yeah,
big fucking
God,
horse pills.
I don't
Mm.
even want to know what it was like for you to take prenatal vitamins.
I got to where I couldn't. I
Yeah.
got to where I couldn't. I was like, hey, look, y'all, okay, because some of them they're like, no, you can't crush that because it's time release, and if it's
Hmm.
time release, you got to have it in the capsule because it needs to be released by time. I'm like, I get what time release is. Can you prescribe me something the size of a Tic Tac? Oh no, honey, they don't come in size of Tic Tac, and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm just gonna have to, not take them and believe that everything will be okay because I cannot take that shit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
No,
that's hilarious.
I have issues, Arlene. I have issues. Just
I,
makes it
I,
complicated.
hey, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You're still my friend. I know most of your issues, but I still will call you friend.
God bless you. God bless you, Arlena. You will
I
be
sh-
rewarded one day. You will be.
I shall be what is it when you a saint. I shall be given a sainthood
You
upon my
will.
death.
Oh shit, let's just canonize you right now. Let's canonize Saint Arlena for putting up with Arwen Avalon and her bullshittery. I dub thee Saint Arlena. There, it's done. It's out there in the
Oh
public
my
now.
god.
No
All
backsies,
right.
no backsies.
No backsies.
Sorry.
All right, let's say hi to everybody that's here. Look at the first one was Loki.
Loki
Link,
Link!
Loki, Link. Loki doesn't send us links anymore. We're too drunk for him. I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
about spewed my tea. I drink, I'm like, bleh. Oh, God.
But- hey, Alan Copeland, how are you?
Hey,
Hey, look, Arwen's here.
hey, oh my God, y'all run.
And it's my partner, Daryl. Hey,
Twinsy,
partner.
partner.
Loki says, why is the rum gone?
Rum's always gone.
Leia Rose, hello, Leia.
Hey, Leia, loved your debut last
Leia.
night. You were
Yes.
smoking. You were good.
Terry Rose, no relation.
Hey, Terry.
Oh, let's see. Oh, there's Mary. Hi, Mary.
Terry!
Terry sent you a picture of a pill there.
Thank you, Terry. That's, yeah. Thank
I
you.
don't know if the camel will enjoy having hump day put back on her toe. Oh my God, Daryl.
Oh, God.
Whambulance.
Thank you, Hondo. We appreciate it.
Ah, Mr. Collins, aka the New Dark Shadow.
New
Hello
Dark
there.
Shadow. Hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh, Leia. She tried and Daryl interrupted.
Daryl, you crushed Leia's thrust. What are you doing?
Right. Oh, and then Terry Rose put.
Where are we going? What the hell?
I don't know because they get mixed up. Oh
What are
my
y'all
gosh.
doing?
I
I think
don't know. Crossing
some
the streams. That's exactly what they're. I don't know what any of it spells.
I think my name's in there. I think I see like one of
Uh,
those. What do you call them? Where the word where the
oh
letters
yeah,
are
there you are.
jumbled and you have to circle them.
I
I
think there
think
needs
I
to be an
see
R
that.
there. Yeah, yeah, there you are. Yeah.
There I am.
All right. Terry says Leia and I are having fun.
Good. Have fun.
No,
Oh,
you didn't at all, Leia. It was
honey, you did great.
fabulous. Yes, it was
You did
great.
great.
Ah, oh man, women have fun, man. Have fun.
Cool league. Damn.
Oh, it says
Love it.
thrust Arwen. Okay.
Thank you.
Daryl, hooked on phonics failed for me. Remember
Go to
those
hell.
commercials? Hooked on phonics worked for me.
Hooked on phonics. Yeah, I do.
Oh
I do.
God. All right. So, um,
Yes.
I have been keeping up with this this whole Johnny Depp stuff.
This affair, this sordid affair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me just start off by saying Amber Heard is a complete and utter bitch.
All right, let me ask you a serious question
Yes.
because I've been following it like through streams, but I haven't deep dived into it, which I probably
Hmm.
should because it is pretty I'm sorry that they're going through this, but it is a pretty fascinating, I
It
mean, they
really
are
is.
public figures. But let me ask you, Siri, do you honestly say he is an example of an abused spouse, a
Yes.
male abused spouse? Yeah, I agree.
Yes. And
I
not
agree.
just physical, but
Yeah.
through the evidence that has been presented so far, not just physical, it's emotional and mental as well. And he actually explained went through his childhood, and something that he said about his childhood is the physical was the easy part. He said the physical wounds you heal from and they go away. You might have a scar, but it goes away. He said it's the emotional and psychological abuse that sticks with you for so
Mhm.
long. And he said it's taken him so many years to get over all of that from his childhood, and then
Wow.
to end up with her. And he's like he was like, when it all first started, I didn't know um that it was gonna be like this, because the first year and a half that I knew her, she was very sweet and very kind and very loving and always smiling and all this stuff. He was, talking very well of her, and
She
it was
sucked
this.
him in. She
Yeah.
drew him in. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, and what's funny is it wasn't just him that has said that. Everyone that has testified so far, well, it with a few exceptions, but his his friends that have testified, his security guard that has testified, they all said the same thing. When I first met Amber, I loved her. She was great. She was a wonderful person, and then all of a sudden she like flipped, and
Wow.
nobody knows why or what happened. And it just kind of happened, and it's
So what is her background? Has she talked about does anyone know about her background? Was she raised in a stable, loving home, or was she kind of is she a not excusing it, but a product of, you know,
don't
being a
know, don't
shithole or
know.
whatever? I don't know what else to call her. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, wait till you hear the stuff that came out today.
Oh my god, yeah, I haven't been plugged into it today, so I'm
Um,
curious what happened.
um, yeah. Well, today we found out that uh, she decided that she was really pissed at Johnny, so she decided to take a shit in his bed.
Oh, I heard about the shit in the bed. Okay, so that actually came out today in court.
Yeah,
So it is not just something people are saying. She
it's
actually did this
not
shit.
just something people are saying. She actually did
All right, y'all, that ain't normal.
that.
That ain't normal. You just don't go lay a
Oh
dump
my
in somebody's bed.
gosh. Yeah, and the whole time you're watching, because 'cause I'm watching it on, Ricada Law, so shout
Mhm.
out to Ricada Law. Um, Even though, I know nobody is gonna be like, "Hey, I am also on Ricada Laws," you know? I'll let him know you shouted him out. But, yeah, her dad was like, "Swipe or no swiping."
What the oh my
Oh
god.
my god, that's hilarious. Um, but she's been sitting there, and every time the camera goes up, she just has this blank look on her face, and she's constantly rolling her eyes and giving these little smirks, and
Uh-huh.
she just looks like she has no soul. She's
I we probably could that is one thing I can't stand in people is indifference. You can be
yeah,
mad, you can be happy, you can bitch up a storm, whatever the hell it is, whatever emotion you're feeling,
no
fine, let
mesta.
it fly.
Yeah,
But to just be indifferent, I don't know what to do with that. I
yeah,
don't know how to deal with someone who is just meh, rolling their eyes and shit. That would oh
yeah.
my god, that drive me nuts.
Uh, I don't know. She is a piece of work.
How
You
long were
know,
they married? How long were they actually
I don't know. Quite a few years. Not as long as he was married to Veronica something, I think her name is. The mother of his children, they were married
French
for like
chick? Or I don't know.
14 years or something like that.
I wonder sometimes if he thinks, "Damn, I wish I'd have worked out. I got stuck
Well,
with this
he
train of crazy."
divorced her because he met Amber.
Sorry.
Yeah, think he regrets that decision?
Yeah. I bet he's like, "Oh, dang, I wish I'd kept it in my pants." I just
Right?
what the hell did I yeah, see? No. 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 Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
so
Oh, Terry Rose, she was married too. She had a wife. I I knew she had a girlfriend right now. Doesn't she have a girlfriend right now or something? I don't know.
Amber had
I
a
I don't
wife? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were the ones
Yeah,
who were living
that's
over
just
in France.
Vanessa. I don't know why I keep thinking Veronica. Vanessa. Yeah, that's the mother of his children. And
Wow, okay.
he's gone through the story about yesterday it was about him growing up to the point um they stopped right before he started going into details about he and Amber's relationship. And
Mhm.
today it kind of picked up from there. It oh my God. She
Mhm. Yes, he
he
did, Daryl.
definitely did. He definitely did. But he's going through it. He's telling a story today. And he's just talking about his addictions. And, he's like, I was addicted to opioids. And he was on medication to help him with detox. And this
Mhm.
bitch would withhold his medication. And he had to beg her, like literally from what he testified, beg her so that he could get his medication for detox, so that she would give him the pills.
What on earth was is her possible reason for doing that other than just being a grade A bitch? I mean, really,
Uh,
what is she gonna say? Why would you withhold someone's recovery medication?
because she is a grade A bitch. I mean,
Yeah, there is no
there's
other
no
reason.
other way to say it. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. And from let me just say from the get go, and I said this yesterday on VacTube, but from Jump Street, I've never once believed anything that she had said about him abusing her. And I
Mhm.
only say that because if you look at anyone in Hollywood that's been a true abuser, you see it. And, before they say, or the woman or whomever says, oh, he abused me. Well, duh, he did it to in his past relationships or whatever. There's
Mhm.
always a line somewhere. There's always something that has happened.
Mhm.
Um, there's never been any of that with Johnny Depp. And look at who he's been in relationships with.
Mhm.
I mean, if there was anything like that at all, don't you think Winona Ryder would have spoke up and
Yeah.
said something? She comes out and says he never did anything like that to me. Um, his ex-wife Vanessa, they were married for 14 damn years. I'm pretty sure they had some arguments. Don't you think
Mhm.
she would have said, "Yeah, he hit me a couple times" or whatever? I
Yeah.
mean, these women have no reason to lie about that because their relationships are over.
Yeah, it's
And and
they're
if
not
anything,
gaining anything.
yeah,
They're not losing anything by saying, "Yeah, he was a shit to me," if he was, You're
exactly.
what the
Exactly.
hell? Time
There's
to move
no
on.
reason for them not to speak out, you know? And, he has this long list of relationships, celebrities and non-celebrities alike that he's dated,
Yeah.
and none of them have anything I mean, so this tells me, um, that we know she's a liar. She makes shit up. It's been proven that she stole other people's stories and presented them as her own. Like one of her old personal assistants, I believe, somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong, but it was one of her personal assistants um had talked to her about a sexual assault that she was a victim of. Well,
Mhm.
Amber turns around several weeks later and spews the same story as though it happened to her.
Oh, that's some shady shit.
Yeah.
That is some
Yeah.
shady shit.
Yeah. It's like,
Wow.
okay, so she steals other people's stories and turns them into hers to make her look like a victim. Well, she is a
Excuse me.
professional victim of herself, you know? It's just, she's just freaking loony. I don't know, but yeah, and to Terry Rose, what Terry is saying is, he let all of her friends stay there for free. He gave them all a penthouse to stay in.
Damn.
Didn't charge them anything. All this stuff. And you know what speaks volumes to me
Mm.
is when you look at uh especially celebrities, and he said he hates being called a celebrity. He hates being called a public figure. He says I just want people to appreciate my list of work that I do. I put
Yeah.
a lot of heart into the work, and I want people to appreciate that. He says, "I don't wanna be a celebrity." He says, "I've always been and still am very shy,
I believe
and,
that.
I don't like the celebrity." He says, "I'm appreciative of it," but he's like, I've always been a very private person." And, the thing, though, that speaks
Mm,
volumes to me is the security guards that he has. Um, they've all been with him for 20 years or more.
mhm.
If you're an asshole, I mean, if you're the type of person that's gonna abuse your spouse, then
Yeah.
you're gonna be abusive in other relationships too, working relationships, professional relationships, friendships. It doesn't just stop with one person, you know?
No, it will be exposed somewhere down the line if you're an
Exactly.
asshole, you know?
Yeah, and you're not gonna be an asshole and have the same group of people working for you for 20 years.
Mhm.
And not just the security guards, but other people. There's I think it was a someone that does sound on movies and stuff. That same person has worked with him for like the last, I think they said 15 years or more.
Mhm.
Um, and Johnny has never specifically hired him. Come to find out, he did put it in his contract that he wanted him to be hired. But this guy didn't know that. He had no way of knowing it because he's not privy to any information that's in Johnny Depp's contracts.
Yeah.
And he wasn't paid by Johnny Depp. He was paid by the union through the company that hired him.
Okay.
So he would have no way of knowing that Johnny Depp is the one that requested him to work. And I mean, do you really think that if Johnny Depp was an asshole to work with or be friends with, that this guy would have agreed to do all these films with him?
Yeah. It
I,
just none of it makes any sense.
mm-mm,
By saying he's this way, he's the abuser, he's blah 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 blah. Well, okay, where's the evidence? Where are the people coming forth saying, yeah, he's sketchy to work with, or he mouthed off all the time, or whatever, the situation was, or he was,
mhm,
he physically hit me, or he emotionally, you know, I don't know. It would come out. And I don't think in Depp's case, Depp is not being an actor is not like being a producer or being someone behind the scenes, a studio head. You're very out there. You're
mhm,
very, visible. People want to know things about you. People will dig up things about you. It's a little different, like with Weinstein,
mhm.
worst kept
Yeah,
secret in Hollywood. But he
yeah.
was a behind the scenes kind of guy. He was not a performer up
Mhm.
there front and center. Depp has been front and center pretty much most all of his life, all of his adult life.
Yeah, I think he said he was like 20 or 22 when he
Yeah.
got his role in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. So he's been at this a very what is he, 58? 57, 58?
57, I think.
Okay, so he has been at this over 30 years. And
Yeah.
he's been doing it well over 30 years. It's not like, he the first half of his career were, bit roles here and there. He pretty much started on Elm Street. Well, we know that's cult classic.
Mhm.
That first movie especially. And it's been go, 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 go ever since. He's
Yeah.
worked with pretty much everyone you can work with.
Mhm.
He knows everyone. Everyone
Yeah.
knows him. So where the hell is the evidence? Where is it?
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm sure they're gonna bring in some of his celebrity friends that have known him for that long and
Mhm.
have them testify as well. And I think they should. Because if these are his friends and they know him and they've known him for so long,
Yeah,
and even his ex, Winona Ryder, Vanessa, I think they should be brought to the stand too to testify.
I agree.
These are women, he was in a relationship with him and Vanessa for 14, 15 years. I mean,
Yeah.
if anybody would know, it would be her. And she has no reason to lie.
Yeah. Exactly. Get up and it's not going to be comfortable. It's
Mm-mm.
not going to be easy because they're going to be prying into their personal lives as well. And
Mhm.
that's the nature of a court case.
Mhm.
But, a man's reputation is at stake,
Yeah.
and you need to
He's
get this
lost
training straight.
jobs.
Daryl, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, that does cheer me up. Thank you so y'all. Daryl got me some fans. They're glittery and they're gorgeous. Thank you, Twinkie. I
Yeah,
appreciate
we
that.
saw them yesterday.
Yeah, they're things of beauty. I swear to God, fans need to make a comeback. I will do what I can to make sure fans make a comeback. But anyway, yeah, that stuff needs to come out because
Mhm.
he's lost jobs over this.
Mhm.
I don't know how when there was no proof. I don't understand this trend now with studios just firing people on what ifs. My God.
Yeah.
We've all had what ifs said about us.
Mhm.
So,
And just because she says, I hate this whole Me Too hashtag Me Too thing.
oh
You
God,
know,
so do I. So
it's
do I.
so freaking irritating. And not only that, but I always laugh because it's hashtag Me Too. Well, back in our day, are when that was the pound sign. So it's actually pound Me Too.
Yeah, yeah. The little secret, y'all, but yeah, the pounds, pound me too.
Hmm.
God,
Yeah. I thought that was funny as hell.
it is. Things always kind of change and come full circle,
Yep.
and the rest of us are just sitting back laughing, going, "Y'all have no idea." Train, will you
Mhm.
shut
No,
the hell up?
I
Y'all
don't
hear
even hear it.
Hogwarts?
No,
You don't hear Hogwarts?
no.
It's
Uh-uh.
like it's sitting right outside my front door. Just the guy's laying on the horn.
Oh wow.
Oh,
No,
Lord,
I don't hear it at all.
good. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought everyone was hearing it.
No.
My bad. Never mind. Just ignore it. Just ignore me. Sorry.
Well, and you really feel for the guy. Um, because he talks about his childhood and how abusive his mom was. He talks about how great his dad was.
Mhm.
But my thing is this, you know, if your dad was really that great, why did he just stand back and watch your mom abuse all four of you the way that he did?
Oh,
Why,
yeah.
when he left, you said he left when you were 15. Why, when he left, did he not take y'all with him or do what he could to take y'all out of that situation?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he could be the best man in the world, and I'm sure Johnny loves his father, but he could have done more.
Yeah, it's I don't know, and maybe we're coming at it as mothers.
Mhm.
I can't imagine my and to be fair, I've never been in an abusive situation like that.
Mhm.
But I cannot imagine leaving my children with someone that I know did not have their best interest at heart
Yeah.
and was not going to care about them the way they needed to be care about. I don't know. I mean, could he afford it? Could he this? I mean, you go back and forth, and at the end of the day, comes back to that mother's heart. You do whatever the hell you can to protect your children.
Yeah, exactly.
So we
Uh,
have kind of that unique perspective on it.
yeah.
No
Um,
matter how old they are, you do not want to see anyone. Shit. My kids are 19 and oh God, how old did I say my 20, 22? I can't remember how old my son is. I need to look. It's been a day. But point is, they could be 40 and 43, and I'd still it be like, well, that person's treating you like shit. You need to get out of there. I
mhm.
still would be protective of them.
Oh
And that's
yeah,
just
you're
the way we are with our children.
always protective. Mine are 27, 25, and 19, almost 20.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, don't think for a minute if any one of them called me and said, "Mom, this is what's going on. Can you come help me?" That I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be there in a damn heartbeat.
Yeah. But I don't know, with this when fathers leave, maybe they're like, well, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make some money and then I can get them. Maybe that's their mindset. But only
OnlyFans. No, no, not OnlyFans.
I do. I need to start an OnlyFans just for my fans, and that way I could just hold them up and just show them in all their glory. Have little lights on them. hit all the sparkles. You gotta be successful.
Yep, yep. Yeah, and according to Johnny, his mom was born and raised in was it Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, one of the two,
Mhm.
impoverished. But
Okay.
he really didn't go into her upbringing. He probably doesn't know anything about her upbringing specifically.
Yeah, he may not.
But you know,
Alright, go, 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 go.
she was a piece of work from everything that he testified. And the whole thing about it is I'm sitting here watching him testify, and you know, um he pauses a lot. There's a lot of pauses and stuff, and uh dead air and all this, and he stutters a lot, but this is painful for him, I'm
I
sure,
can
in lots of
imagine.
ways. And with what he's testifying, it's very relatable for people
Mhm,
because he's not making some big scene of it. He's just telling a story. And a lot of times when people are telling stuff that is traumatic, they do take the time to, you know, they don't know what words to put in place.
mhm,
And, thinking back, it brings back horrible memories. And you're trying to describe things and you don't know the exact right word to describe it. And,
mhm.
your heart, my heart anyway, really goes out to him because he's endured a lot. And then he's talking about his, he says that he was never physically addicted to alcohol, that he wasn't an alcoholic. He just liked to drink. And from what his um security guy uh testified to, that he can handle his liquor very well. He's the same guy when he's drunk as he is when he's not drunk.
Mhm.
And the guy even said, I wish I was that good at handling alcohol. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
not anywhere near that. But there are people like that.
There
He
are,
said,
there are.
when he decided to not drink anymore, he said it was because Amber asked him to stop. So he stopped, and he said, she asked me to stop, so I did. And every night and sometimes day too, she would go through 2 bottles of this really expensive wine every damn
So
day, pretty much.
she asked him to stop drinking, but she continued drinking.
But she continued. And, if you're someone who, if he really did have an alcoholic problem, I don't know if he did or not, again. But if he did and she's continually drinking, that's
Yeah,
just messed up. That's
that's what
just
I
so
was
messed
sitting there
up.
thinking.
So he's telling a story about the first drink that he did take after 18 months of not drinking at all.
Mhm,
He went over to England to present Sir Christopher Lee with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
mhm,
And he said when they got backstage, he was congratulatory because apparently they were very good friends. And he was presented the award as a surprise because he didn't know. He knew he was getting the award, but he didn't know it was going to be presented, right?
mhm,
So he says, we're celebrating and everything, and we go backstage, and Christopher Lee's wife is back there, and somebody walks up with 3 glasses of champagne, the flutes.
mhm,
Not so it's not a hell of a lot of champagne. And he said Christopher took one, gave it to his wife, took another one, and then gave one to Johnny. And Johnny's like, I haven't had anything to drink. He said he was thinking to himself, I haven't had anything to drink in 18 months, but it's just champagne. It's celebration, and I'm having a nice time
mhm.
celebrating my friend who won this wonderful award. So he said he drank like maybe half of it, which in those flute glasses, that's really not a lot of
It's
champagne.
not a lot, no.
And champagne is not like knock you on your ass kind of
Not
stuff anyway.
moonshine.
No.
It's not Mad Dog
Def
2020.
yeah. Yeah,
Champagne.
exactly. It's not the wild Irish rose, y'all.
No, it's not. Oh my god.
Hey. How you doing, Sultan?
Hey.
Um, but he's saying, uh, I don't remember, he said if he went back home or if Amber came over there or whatever the case was, but they were going out to a really nice place for dinner. And of course, she orders a glass of wine. And
Mhm.
he proceeds to tell her about drinking the champagne, the half a glass of champagne. And he
Mhm.
said she got so angry, she yelled at him. This is in the middle of a restaurant, by the way, and got up and steamed off to the bathroom. And Johnny said that's when he looked at his security guard and said, "Well, I think the evening's over. You know, we should probably pack up and go." And then they all left.
God.
Um, and she was just raging on him for drinking a half a glass of champagne. And he said that's when I looked at her and asked her. I said, you know, you want me to be sober, and I have been. I've been honest with you about just drinking a half a glass of champagne, and I just wanted to have a little bit of wine with you.
Yeah.
And he said, "Why don't we do this? Why don't you stop drinking with me?"
Yeah. If you're
And
that concerned about
yeah,
it, then lead the
hmm
way. Be a freaking
yeah,
example for him.
yeah. Be that support system. Be a wife. I mean, geez, really.
Yes, be a wife. Thank you.
And
Be
he's
a
like,
partner.
he's like, it just she just exploded into this whole. It became this whole big argument, and every time they argued, he said it seemed like it was all the time. Um, she would always berate him and talk down to him and all this horrible stuff. And she would tell him he's a bad father and what kind of example are you for your kids, and your
Oh my
kids
god.
hate you. And I mean, she would go at him.
It sounds less like love and more like control.
Yeah.
She just wanted
Yeah.
to control him.
You know what's so funny is that's the exact same thing that Ricada Law said.
Really? Oh, I could be a lawyer, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it's all about the control. It's all about the control. Um, and then he started talking about his drug use. He admitted that he was addicted to opioids.
Mhm.
And he tells that story and how he was trying to get clean and she was withholding his daggone um detox pills from him. And it's just crazy. This woman is, oh yeah, I don't even know. I I don't even know. If you love someone, why would you do the things that, I mean, shitting in his bed?
I just that's just freaky weird. That now I will say, okay, I've never been to rehab because I was able to pretty much quit cold turkey, and it's my life sucked ass for a while, but I had an opioid addiction problem. I was
Mhm.
on opioids for 5 years.
Mm.
I'm talking 20 pills a day
Oh,
addiction
wow.
problem. And it all started out innocently. My back got injured and I went to the doctors and I could not get any relief and just going through my general GP. So they sent me to pain management. And I was with pain management for about 2 years and then they dropped me, so I had to get it elsewhere. And it
Mhm.
sucked ass. It sucked ass. And, it became a problem in my marriage as far as, my husband was dearly concerned about me because when I finally admitted to him, yeah, I'm taking 20 pills a day. He was like, all right,
He
that
had
needs to
no
stop.
idea, did he?
He knew that I was taking the pills because he knew what everything started and he knew the prescriptions and all that. But he did not know how much. I hid it very well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that I was taking them to get high. At that point, my body was so addicted, I was taking them just so I could freaking function.
Yeah.
without the shakes, without the cold sweats, without the,
Yeah.
where it sounds like you've got bullets whizzing by your head and your brain and your whole body is just shaking.
And you know what's so funny is that's exactly what he was describing too, about the shaking and the sweats
Mhm.
and all of that. He was describing that exact same thing.
Yeah. And I knew if I was gonna function as an adult and get clean, I would have to do it. And I discussed it with him, and he's like, "Okay, I want you to try. If you can't do a cold turkey, then we'll see about, getting you in rehab where they can prescribe you the proper medication." It took
Mhm.
me about 3 weeks before I could finally feel normal again. 3
Mhm.
weeks. And he had
Mm.
to kinda take care of me, and because I couldn't function. And then
Mhm.
after that, it took me about a year before I could be around any kind of medication and not feel that temptation to take it. And I don't have that anymore. I don't have that temptation to take it. That has been broken. And I'm one of the lucky ones because some people, when you're that addicted, that never goes away. You just can't
Mhm.
take any kind of prescription pills of
Mhm.
that magnitude and not feel that want to get back into that addiction. Thank
Yeah.
God I'm not there. But I know
Mhm.
what he's talking about. That is not easy shit to go through, and your
Yeah.
life changes.
Mhm.
And then for him to be with a woman who's trying to withhold his medication to help him get off of that path,
Yeah.
there's no excuse for that. To me, that's just cold, evil control.
Yeah.
You don't do that to
Exactly.
someone you love. You don't treat someone you love that way.
Mm-mm. Nope.
So,
You absolutely don't. But chat, let us know right now. I know we've been talking a lot about Johnny because, his case has been presented first, but if any of y'all are following this, let me know. Whose team are you on? Is it Team Johnny or Team Turd? I mean Heard.
Team turd. Hashtag team turd.
Hashtag Amber Heard's Turd.
Ever heard turd. I wish I had thought of that. I would have put it in the thumbnail.
I actually put it in the description for this video.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. No.
What's up, JT? Good to see you, man.
Hey.
Yeah, put it in there. Team Johnny, Team Turd, Team Heard.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're on her side, that's fine. More power to you. No issues at all, man. It is what it is. But I really believe that she is lying. She's a liar.
Yeah.
She is 100% a liar. And they're all saying the only concern about the lawsuit is she never specifically names Johnny, but um I mean, it's pretty easy to deduct who she's talking about because she
Mhm.
puts in there, 2 years ago I became the face and representative for um what domestic abuse and all this crap, and it's like, okay, let's use a little bit of math. 2 years ago, who was she with? Oh, she was with Johnny. She was married to Johnny Depp. I mean, who can't add that up, right?
Now,
Striking Charlie
okay.
had him thrusting into domestic abuse.
Now, is she suing him, right?
No, he's suing her.
Because she is not countersuing him?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Okay. I heard that she was, but again, I have not actually
I
looked
I don't know.
into
I
her
haven't
doing that.
I haven't really been paying attention to the extra stuff. I've just been watching the testimonies.
Mhm.
Um so uh nobody likes AH, especially after we found out that both had problems. Hers was way worse. Yes. What we've heard so far, hers was way worse. It's the same with Jada and Will. Did you see yesterday's video? No, I didn't. After all that stuff happened at the Oscars,
Mhm.
I don't really pay attention to that much Hollywood stuff anyway.
Mhm.
But after all that happened, yeah, I think that's probably close to the same situation. I don't know. I'm not in their everyday life, but it seems like. She is not, maybe not physically, but at least emotionally and psychologically abusive to Will. But who
Mhm.
knows, you know?
See, the insidious thing about control is that it will manifest itself differently depending on the sex. For there I mean, there are some emotionally abusive men, but men, and I'm speaking in general, y'all, so no one clock me and say, "Well, I've never heard that." Just I'm talking in general. Men tend to be stronger and bigger than and more powerful than women. So a lot
Mhm.
of that kind of control will manifest itself physical. With women, it will, on average, in general, it will manifest itself through that emotional abuse. And
Mhm.
it's both about, at the core of abuse, it's about control, controlling that person, controlling that partner to bend them to do what you want, whether it makes sense or not. Like, her taking his pills and then her ragging him about the drinking while she's still drinking.
Mhm.
There's zero love in that. There is zero,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm concerned for you," in that. So how is that coming out? That's coming out in control. And how does that manifest? Ultimately as abuse.
Mhm.
So to say men cannot be abused by women,
It's
okay,
a damn lie.
maybe it is a lie, and maybe she's not as physically as, or I won't use them. I'll use just in general. Maybe women are not physically as big as men, so maybe they cannot be as physical towards the men as abuse and control. But that doesn't mean that women won't find another way. And you know that saying, "Don't stick your dick in crazy." Here's
Mhm.
a prime example.
Yeah, he stuck his dick in crazy.
And it is manifesting in about everything she does with him.
Mhm.
And I cannot, they're just, I try and be so open-minded and see different. This has broken my brain. There's just some things I cannot understand. I cannot get behind.
Mhm.
And abuse, whether it's physical or emotional, I just I look at it and I hear it and I blink my eyes and I'm like, does not compute. Because how, even if you have okay, say you fall in love with someone and then you have a falling out or whatever, you realize you're not in love, whatever the hell it is, and you go your separate ways. While you're still in that relationship, there is still absolutely zero excuse to treat someone that way, especially if you
Mhm.
claim you once loved them.
Mhm.
I do not
Yeah,
understand it.
that's not love. And if
It
that's
is
what
not love.
she thinks love is, then she has never felt what real love is. And I think with Johnny, his relationships, he knows what love is. Obviously, he was married to the same woman for 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, they loved each other. He still speaks very highly of her.
Mhm.
And, I wouldn't doubt that he still loves her.
And even okay, even if he doesn't say he doesn't love her anymore, and say with his ex, say he may not even like her. Let's go the say he's just like, we are just not a thing. He respects her enough, or at least he respects his children enough and loves his children enough not to badmouth their mother. Oh my God, Palpatine!
Palpatine.
God, whatever floats
Oh
your
my
boat,
god.
honey. Okay.
I hope you didn't think it was some Vaseline or something.
Oh, I'm not listening. La, la, la,
Oh
la,
my
la. I'm
gosh.
not listening.
Yeah. But I think the worst thing that ever could have happened was that Me Too movement, because
Yeah,
it gave everybody, all these women came out of the freaking woodwork. Oh yeah, I've been abused. I've been abused. I've been sexually assaulted. This, that. You know, I, not all women are telling the truth, y'all. Not all men are telling the truth either. But not,
surprise.
you can't believe everything, and it's believe all women, and it's like, no,
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 we
no,
know
don't.
women. We know we
Yeah,
are women. We know
we
how
are
women work.
women. Yeah, women can be very manipulative and crazy and
And they can be cruel. Women can be cruel.
very
It's the way
cruel.
we operate because we don't have most of us. I'm not speaking for Arlena because she'll kick anyone's ass, and I'm Team Arlena through it. If we're ever in an apocalypse, I'll vote her as queen. I will give up my tiara and I will give it to Arlena because I know I will not have a chance in hell of surviving it without her by my side. Okay. But most of us, especially little softlings like me, I don't have that power and that physical strength. I don't have that. And a lot of women don't. So what we do is we use our minds.
Hmm.
And that's how we become shits through our minds. I mean, it
Bigger
is what it
brains.
is.
Bigger
Yeah.
brains.
Bigger brains. And y'all are getting the lowdown on the dark side of women tonight. So some of y'all might want to take notes because you never know. You might meet crazy one day if you haven't already. And we
All
want
right.
you to recognize the signs. And when you do, then you can pack up your little bag and you can run for the hills. But it's women like that that make good women. It makes it difficult for us to find, you know, or I should say, good men to trust good women because
Yeah.
they've already had experience with crazy and
Yeah.
they think all women are crazy and we're not.
And it's not true. We're not all crazy.
No, we're
Uh,
not.
you know, some
Some
of
of
us
us
have
actually give a shit.
and care and have a decent head on our shoulders. And
It's true.
I don't know.
It's
It's
true.
unfortunately, this is bringing to light um that it does work both ways.
Yeah.
Women abuse men physically, psychologically, emotionally, just as much as the other way around. The thing is, men are more prideful and they're less likely to report it.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh,
tell
and
you how
we
many
we
times
go ahead. Go ahead.
I can't tell you how many times when I was an MP, how many times I would respond to a domestic dispute. And clearly, the guy was the victim, whether he was the Marine or she was the Marine.
Mhm.
Clearly, he was the victim because you could see his face had scratch marks or it was red. One guy, you could actually see he didn't have a shirt on, and you could see on his back where she had just recently scratched him, and then you could see her handprints on his shoulder area, on the
Oh
front
god.
and the back where she was slapping the shit out of him.
God.
It was horrible, but he refused to say that she had did any of it because he was a Marine, she was a civilian, and he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
He absolutely, it was obvious, and so many times it was obvious that the man was truly the victim because the physical evidence was there, and they completely there's not one time when I responded to a domestic dispute that the man ever said that the woman had hit him because they were too embarrassed. And it didn't matter. Most of the men were Marines or
Mhm.
sailors, but it didn't matter for the few that you came across that were civilians.
Mhm.
It didn't matter. They still would refuse that they had been hit.
Yeah. Cuz
And
it's
you'd
not
ask
supposed to
them,
happen. It's
yeah,
just
and you'd
not.
ask them, well, how did you get those scratches? Oh, well, we got a little frisky last night or whatever. And it's clear that they're brand new, fresh, and not from last night.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah.
make up all kinds of stuff. And it was the same way the other way around. It happened less though when the man hit the woman and you could physically see that she had been hit in some way.
Mhm.
Uh, Rarely, it was the exact opposite. Rarely did the woman say, "No, he didn't hit me." 9 times out of 10, it was like, "Yeah, he hit me."
Mhm.
You know? So it's really, and it wasn't just a Marine thing, it's a man thing. Men don't want to admit that this stuff happens to them because they're men. It's not supposed to happen to them. They are the
Right.
protectors. They are
Right.
not victims. They are the men. And
Yeah.
when it does, if it happens, it, say something, guys. Say something because it's not right. Fuck a bitch if she's stupid enough and whatever to
Yeah,
hit you, it's wrong. No matter if it's a man hitting a woman or a woman hitting a man,
right.
it doesn't matter. It's wrong.
Yeah.
The only time anyone should be hit is when they're kids growing up and they got to get a spanking.
Oh, and that's what the butt's for. There's a lot of padding down there. A couple of good swats, they'll never do that
Yeah,
thing again. I mean,
yeah,
that's the way we
that's
were
what
raised, you
yeah,
know?
that's what my grandma always said. Never slap the face, always hit the ass. That's what the ass is for.
Yeah. You sit on it all the time. It's
Right.
it's it's
Mhm.
got some cushion built up there, you're gonna be fine. I mean, it's just the
Yeah.
way it is.
Yep.
But
Hi,
it's
Phil.
"Hey, Phil." Okay.
Oh my God. I love you, Phil. I love you.
Yeah, and women will throw
Mm.
things too. We tend
Oh yeah.
we'll be throwers. We'll throw shit at people. I've only thrown 2 things, Arlene, and I threw once. I threw a drink in a guy's face at a nightclub because he came up behind me, grabbed my arm, and kissed the back of my neck, and I was like, "Fuck no, don't
Mm.
touch me." I do not. If I
Thank
don't know
you.
you and I don't ask for it, don't touch me. So boom, chuck the drink right in his
Yeah,
face.
that's uncalled for. What the hell?
And another time I got into a super bad argument. I'm embarrassed by this. Believe me, as soon as I did it, I was like, shit, I was so repentant. But I was having a big argument with my husband. Big argument. And he just had a way of pushing my buttons and it made me so mad. And I was getting ready to stomp out of the house. This was years ago. And I had one of those big gulps, freshly filled,
Mm.
right in his lap. And I let me tell you, I asked forgiveness for that later once we both calmed down. And he was cool with it. He understood. He was like, "You were mad." It was the one time a year I got, I don't get mad that often, but it was that day. I got mad that day and I felt like shit for a month after that. I felt terrible. I never should have done that.
You were doing all kinds of stuff to make it up to him, weren't you?
I was. Yeah, I was. I was. And he
Uh-huh.
willingly forgave me. But
Yeah.
my point is, sometimes you get mad and you do shit. However, unless you have that inclination to be really violent within you, you're not gonna do like it's not like I fucking chucked a brick at him
Yeah.
intending to hurt him.
Yeah.
And that's what some women will do. They will chuck
Yeah.
things, they will throw things at you with the intent to hurt you. That is not love. Team Turd
Teacher.
got me in here. But Team Johnny, much day.
Yes, yes. Good,
I don't know.
good.
It breaks my heart when I hear stories because men are supposed to
Yeah.
be the protectors, women are supposed to be the nurturers. Those are
Yeah.
two things in general. Those are
We
two
are the
things that
helpmeet.
come together. And when it's right, it's right.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. And if either one of
Mhm.
them break that trust and you're not the protector anymore and you're not the nurturer, violence happens. And
Mhm.
that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's not what you're
No.
supposed to do with someone you
It
say you love.
yeah, it's a relationship. It's supposed to
Mhm.
be 50-50. Split
Yeah.
down the middle, even keel.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Growing up, I was told never hit a girl. So a few times, like two, I had to deal with crazy women. I peed on them. Oh my God. I got my butt whipped, but I did too. Oh my
Oh my god.
God. Oh, Phil.
Jeez.
I met Johnny twice. The story I should yeah, pops share.
Definitely.
Definitely
Definitely.
share. From everything that I've seen, he is genuinely a nice guy, a genuinely kind-hearted person.
Mhm.
And to listen to how he grew up, you can't help but wonder how does somebody that grew up like that become so nice and
Mhm.
kind? But I guess you take from your experiences and you flip them around and you decide that you're not going to be that person. You're not going to be like that.
Mhm.
And that's really what he's done. he's helped a lot of people, and he always does it in the background. He never flaunts it. Like when he went to the children's hospitals dressed up as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I
Nobody
love that.
nobody asked him to do that. He
Yeah.
did it because it's something that he wanted to do and to brighten children's days. You
Yeah.
know, um, it just everything that I've seen shows me that he is truly a kind person.
Mhm. I agree.
Nothing I have seen has said anything opposite of that.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I heard that too.
Zolcitan's right. He says, I think both need to be companions. You can never know when you can need a protector. A woman must defend its man's too when he gets to a point he can't stop or needs help. Same with your partner. That
Yeah,
that is the helpmeet.
yeah, that's why we're the helpmeet.
That is very true. There are times you want to defend your man, and there are times when you get indignant or you get whatever the hell it is, if someone's attacking him or if it's even coming from himself. Absolutely. That's where a partnership comes in. You've got
Yeah.
to be there for one another because if you're not, what do you have?
hmm Yeah. Phil, we talked about that at the beginning of the stream. All of his exes say the
Yeah,
same thing, and they have nothing to gain and nothing to lose
yeah,
by saying either way. No one's going to look at them any differently if they say, "Yeah, he abused me," or "No, he didn't." So
hmm,
there's no reason for them to lie. And yeah, he does seem to be one of the more genuine people in Hollywood. There are very few of them. Keanu Reeves, um,
hmm,
he does a lot of behind the scenes stuff, donations and all, and he doesn't want people to know that he does this stuff because he does it out of the kindness of his heart. Just like Johnny Depp, he does these donations and these things for people because he doesn't want the recognition. He does it because it's the right thing to do, and it's kindness, which we are so sorely lacking in society today. It's just human
yeah.
kindness, being nice to each other.
When I was in theater, there were two kinds of people that I knew. There were those that just had a love for acting. They
Mhm.
had a love for the craft. They had a love for becoming someone else, and it didn't change who they were. It was for the love of it. They either
Mhm.
wanted to do it as a profession or they just did it as a hobby, but they had that in common. But then there
Mhm.
were other people who wanted the trappings and the status that came with being a performer, whether it was music or whether it was acting, whatever. And they were the ones that I worried about. They were the ones that I was like, you know what? Are you really doing this for the right reason? Because if
Mhm.
you're not, you're going to change. And you're going to
Mhm.
become, if you ever do make it, you're going to become one of these elites. And that's not going to be a good thing. And I think
Mhm.
Johnny was one of the ones who he had love for it, he had a passion for it, and he had a talent for it.
Well, no, if you listen to his testimony, he actually didn't care anything about acting. He wanted to be a
Really?
musician. His
Oh,
goal
okay.
was
I
to
didn't know
become a
that.
musician. Yeah.
That other creative flow. So he
Yeah.
had that in him.
He wanted to be a musician. That's why he took the first acting job because he needed money while
Mhm,
his band was trying to find a label and do all that stuff. And then he took the second job, which was 21 Jump Street. And he said it kind of
mhm,
just shot off from there is when 21 Jump Street became this big thing and everybody, started recognizing him. And it came a point where he realized, okay, I guess this is my lot in life now to
mhm.
act and not be a musician. And he said he kind of let the musician thing go for a long time. Of course,
Wow.
now he has a band and he does tour and he does perform.
So
But
he got to in the end, he got to do what he really wanted
yeah,
to do. That's awesome.
he
That's
he
awesome.
has. Um, but he said it took him a long time to really enjoy acting. He said I always put my heart and soul into it because this is my work, this is my creation. I want people to
Mhm.
like it and enjoy it.
Mhm.
But he said his heart has always been with
With
music.
music.
Mhm.
That's really cool. That is super
Mhm.
cool.
Yep. Yep. But anything else to add?
I don't the only thing is I'll be interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
And I my heart goes out to him because
Mhm.
it's not easy to come forward. It's not, and you know what? She kind of brought this on herself with her whole
Yeah.
the domestic abuse. Oh my goodness, I am the spokesperson. Oh, fuck off.
Mhm.
Fuck off. You brought this to the forefront and people started investigating. And guess what? Turns out you're a big piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, you know
Exactly.
what? You tried to play the victim and it backfired.
Big time. Big time.
So, don't bullshit. The moral of the story is don't be a piece of shit and don't try and bullshit
Mhm.
others because
Yeah.
the truth will come out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Be
I
kind, be
miss
kind.
Mr. Rogers too.
I do
Yep.
too. I do too.
Yep. Um yeah, the only thing I have is yeah, I think either way, whether he wins this lawsuit or he loses it, either way, I think he comes out on top because he's gotten his story out there.
Yes.
His story
Yeah.
is being told. This is what was needed. He needed to tell his side of things, the truth,
Mhm.
and it's being done. So either way, regardless if he wins or loses this lawsuit, he wins.
Yeah.
He wins. Um, and that's it. That's all I have for. I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
All right.
We're gonna continue watching. We might talk about this again next week if there's any new developments. It's supposed to last 6 weeks, so we got plenty of time to talk about this thing. But
Okay.
it's not something that we're gonna do all the time, y'all. It just whenever new developments come up, we'll chat about it. Um, only because I really think this is an important case.
Mhm.
It is important that you can't just go out there and say whatever the hell you want to about anybody without any repercussions.
Yeah.
They are going to come back to you, regardless, and they should,
Mhm.
absolutely should. So with that, I love you guys. Arwen, do you have anything coming up?
We got Fortnite tonight with Mary. Is she
Yes,
streaming that on Mrs. Canuck?
I think so. I don't know. You guys
Where's
make
my
sure that you
where the hell my
uh
phone is? I was gonna look it
look
up on my phone.
over at Mrs. Canuck's channel. If we're streaming, we'll be there probably in what, an hour?
Oh my god. Hang on, let me look on Twitter because I don't
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Mary's here. She said yes.
Oh, Mary. Okay. There you go.
Yep.
I think I'm sitting on my phone. If Steven
Of
was here, he'd be
course.
like, "You're probably sitting on it."
You're probably sitting on it or it's
Probably
dead. Or it's
or it's
dead.
dead. Shit, I
Oh,
need
and
to have it.
22 at 7:30. Okay. All right, so everybody Mary put a link in.
Wait, 7:30 Central or
Well, she
7:30
said 22
Mary?
minutes, so that 22 minutes,
Oh,
7:30 our
okay, so
time.
that is 7:30 our time. Okay, in real time. Sorry. Okay, it's
Yeah.
22 minutes, y'all. All right,
Mary,
good.
I'm pretty sure you're a wrench, so just throw it on in the chat there.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure she is, isn't she?
Let me look. She's not. Oh, shut. She's
Oh
not. Wrench
my
that girl.
Lanta.
Wrench that girl.
Oh,
Cause
I can't reach my phone. Hold on. I can't do it from here. I gotta do it from my phone. Hold on. I'm not sitting on my phone, but it's plugged in charging because it was dead when I got home from work. Everybody and their mother, all of my damn customers were calling me today, y'all. I was like, damn, my phone is ringing off the damn hook and it's gonna end up dead. And that's exactly what happened. It ended up dead.
ended up dead.
Yep. So while I'm doing this, Arwen, what else you got coming up?
Let me see. Shit, there's something going on tomorrow as far as tomorrow at I think it's 6 o'clock, y'all. I'm not sure the time on Pop Culture Minefield. We are doing the Scoop Zone, that with where we go over the geekiosity scoops. yeah, the Geekiosity magazine with Mikey Sutton. His magazine where we go over the scoops. That's going to be on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel. I'm not sure. I think Pegasus Actual is back tomorrow night. I need to get with Drew just to double check that. I know with the death of his mom and he's had some stuff going on. We haven't had it in a few weeks, but that's supposed to be tomorrow night. And then Friday, what's going on Friday? I think Pop Culture Minefield at 3 o'clock. And then Saturday, I'll be on Eris of Chaos, Backtube, T-shirt Historians channel, the Weekend Geek. And then what the hell's going on Saturday night? Karaoke. Back on Backtube, and then
Oh,
karaoke with
what?
Rambling Canuck
You have
on
forgotten
Saturday.
something very important, ma'am.
What have I forgotten or
Friday
something?
night?
Friday. Oh my God, the bougie boozers, y'all. But thank
Yeah.
you. What I always forget the shit I'm
Uh,
directly involved. I'm just like shit. Yes, I think it's going to be on Eris's channel, but we need to confirm that with Eris
yeah.
because it's your time to host. So if she's
Yep.
like, I can't do it, we'll
Then
figure
it'll
it
be
out.
on my channel. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We
So yeah,
rotate it. So if
we rotate it.
Eris, for whatever reason, look for it on Eris's channel. If she can't do it, then it'll be here on my channel. But we're looking for
Yeah.
Eris's channel. So
And then Sunday, I usually take off unless there is a like a stream I want to pop on that somebody's like, hey, you want to come on? It's more spur of the moment. But I try not to schedule anything on Sundays
hmm
because it's like after Saturday, I'm wiped. It's like all day Saturday.
yeah, all day
So,
Saturday you got stuff to do.
whew, yeah, by the end of the
Yep.
day, I'm exhausted. I love it. Don't get
Oh
me
yeah.
wrong. I love streaming heavy on a Saturday, but Sundays I just try and chill out. You know.
Yes, I don't stream on Sundays just because I need a day of rest.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord took a day, I will take a day too.
There you go. Because you never know where we're going to pop up during the week.
Yep.
Impromptu streams. Like last night, Steven streamed and he's like, "Hey, you want to stream?" And he had a panel. I was like, "Sure." Popped on there. I mean, and then Arlena
hmm
had back to. So you never know. You never know where the hell
Yep.
we're going to be. So
hmm
just keep an eye out, y'all. Just keep an
Yeah.
eye out.
Well, you guys always know where to find me on the VacTube on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays and Saturdays. Always there, unless I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm not going to be there for whatever reason, we let everybody know beforehand. Same thing with Daryl.
Yeah. Oh shit! I
Um,
forgot. I'll be streaming tomorrow on my channel.
look at
I
you.
will
You can't even
definitely be
remember.
streaming tomorrow on my channel at
Oh my gosh.
2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah,
Damn it, I always forget. Yeah, 2 o'clock
you
Eastern.
really do. So
What the hell? I need a
Tuesdays,
manager.
yeah, really. Tuesday and Saturday on the VacTube, you guys. I am the second half of the channel.
Yes, she
And
is.
Wednesdays here, this Friday, we will be doing the Bougie Boozers.
Hmm.
We are doing it a week earlier than normal because next week we will, well, most of us anyway, will be in Nashville. Um,
Hmm.
and that is pretty much it. If X Wing has a late night, I'll probably join him. I like going on the late nights because it's just a lot of fun. If y'all don't catch X Wing late nights, make sure that you do at least once. They are so much fun, and he privates them afterwards. So the only time you can watch it is when it's live.
Is live. And what time
Yep.
is that on his
Oh,
channel?
it's whenever.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's
It's not
late
like it's
though.
all right. It's late.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's late because
All
he's on
right.
the West Coast, so it's always super late.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God. Yeah.
last week we wrapped up. It was 4 a.m. here. 2 weeks before that, we wrapped up, and the sun was coming up here, so it was like
Oh
five
my
o'clock.
gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I stayed up for the whole thing. It's crazy.
Damn.
But
All right.
but yep, that's it, y'all. Make sure go over there, catch us on Mrs. Canuck's channel for Fortnite. We'll be over there kicking some ass, hopefully kicking some ass,
I hope so.
in
I've
about
sucked the past couple of
15
days.
minutes. And remember, I love every single one of you. You're glorious, glorious people. You show up for the VacTube, you show up for me, and I just love y'all and appreciate y'all so much. You'll never
Mwah.
know. You will
Yep.
never ever know how much you guys mean to me. Um, and with that, remember, there are still kind people in this world. And if you can't find one, then be one. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, y'all.